Okay, hear me out. What do a small town sheriff, a morally grey vampire, a billionaire CEO, and your grumpy office rival all have in common? They are fictional enemies we low-key want to make out with. There's nothing quite like watching two people go from "I'd rather be buried alive" to "I would die for you." Okay, let's be honest. We have all swooned over a couple who started out hating each other's guts, but by chapter 12, we are kicking our feet, giggling and screaming, "Just kiss already." It's like watching a match of tennis with both rivals not leaving a single chance of one upping the other. They hate each other, they argue, they throw insults like daggers, but somewhere between the fights and the stolen glances, they fall hard. Why are we so obsessed with stories where love starts with hate? Hi everyone, welcome back to the Bookish realm where we unpack the fiction we love and ask the real question, why do we read what we read? Your bookish therapist, me, is back on duty, and today's session is all about one of the most iconic and emotionally unhinged tropes in romance, enemies to lovers. From fantasy verse to spicy rom-coms, it shows up everywhere and it never gets old. And yes, I brought book recs, spicy ones, so stick around till the end if you want some really good books to indulge in with this trope. I'll also be including a segment guide where each of the section hits a different trope. Stay tuned. So what is this trope, enemies to lovers? It's a romance that begins with conflict, sometimes playful rivalry, sometimes full-blown hate. Think rivals, competitors, enemies, or two people on totally opposite sides. And then something shifts. The tension simmers into attraction, insults become foreplay, and before they or we know it, they are falling for each other hard. It's not a slow burn, it's a slow war with kissing at the end. Enemies to lovers is a classic trope where two characters go from mutual loathing to passionate, undeniable love. It's a slow burn, it's tense, and it's deliciously chaotic. We are talking about not leaving a single chance of verbal sparring with each other, having that tense eye contact moments where you are in the same room or when you're in close proximity with each other. But here's the kicker. The enemy part can mean a lot of things. Maybe they are rivals, maybe they are actual enemies in war or politics, maybe it's just deep-rooted personal hatred. But no matter the setting, it always starts with friction and ends with fire. But why are we so into this trope? First, it's the tension. The emotional stakes are sky high. You are not starting from love, you are starting from opposition. That means every tiny moment of softness feels huge. Second, we love the fantasy of being the exception. The idea that someone's walls come down just for you, that a person who hates everyone suddenly can't stop thinking about you. Enemies to lover stories lets us experience emotional transformation. We watch people grow, evolve, and learn to see past prejudice or pain. There's tension, vulnerability, and when the walls finally come down, we feel that payoff. The banter is out of the world amazing and so freaking addictive. The chemistry off the charts. You're not just rooting for love, you're rooting for change, for healing, for understanding. There's something about two people who can't stand each other but can't stay away either. That push and pull, that I hate you but we were alone in a room for too long tension. Enemies to lovers taps into something deeper than just banter. It's about peeling back emotional armor, about being seen even when you don't want to be. We crave that moment when hate turns into understanding, when friction turns into fun, because it reminds us that people, even fictional ones, are layered, messy, and capable of change. One, the tension is so hot. Enemies to lovers gives us built-in drama. Every glance, every accidental touch, every argument is charged. We are not just watching people fall in love, we are watching them fight it and lose. It feeds the fantasy of being truly seen. There's something deeply satisfying about someone knowing your worst traits and loving you anyway. In these stories, love isn't blind, it's informed. They don't fall in love despite the flaws, they fall in love through them. We all want to believe people can change, that feelings can evolve, that hate isn't the end of the story. Enemies to lovers lets us watch emotional growth in real time. That's powerful. Okay, most of us haven't had a literal sword duel with a crush, but so many times we have misjudged people or have been misjudged by people, held on to grudges, felt misunderstood. These stories tap into that messiness of emotions and how connection can bloom where we least expect it. So, why is it so addictive to read? Psychologically, Enemies to Lovers taps into something primal, emotional contrast. Our brains love the shift from hate to love because it's intense, unpredictable, and earned. There's also something magnetic about characters who challenge each other. They force growth, they confront each other's flaws, they don't make love easy, and that makes the payoff even better. There's nothing soft or predictable here, and that's exactly why we keep reading. We are not just watching people fall in love, we are watching them battle through themselves to deserve it. So, are these red flags or romance goals? Not all enemies to lovers stories are created equal. Some are just toxic. So, how do we draw the line between a fictional guilty pleasure and unhealthy relationship dynamics? Reading, look for mutual growth. If both characters grow and because of each other, not just for each other, that's a good stuff. But if it's all manipulation and control, maybe it belongs in a horror section. Flavors, because enemies to lovers doesn't just come in one pipe. No, no. We have got spicy variants and each one hits so differently. Let's break it down. Enemies to lovers in dark romance, obsession, power, and redemption. In dark romance, enemies to lovers isn't just emotional tension, it's war, it's betrayal, obsession, revenge, and somehow love. Think morally grey, maybe even toxic, but we eat it up because we love danger with a redemption arc. Small town enemies, grudges, and gossip. Everyone knows your business. You can't hide from each other. Small towns remember everything. Childhood rivalries, family feuds, enemies you can't avoid because you both eat at the same diner. The tension, personal. The proximity, unavoidable. Enemies to lovers in rom-coms. Banter and petty fights turned passion. Rom-com enemies aren't scary. They are so petty and silly. It's so much fun watching enemies in rom-coms act like little kids as they argue over coffee orders, who gets the last croissant, or who stole their favorite parking spot. But we love that slow burn, forced proximity, and the hilarious downfall into love. Enemies to lovers in billionaire or office romance, power dynamics, and tension ensues. Billionaire or office enemies are either your boss, your business rival, or your ex you never really got over. And when they fall in love, it's dramatic, expensive, and filled with CEO grade attention. It's meetings with tension, hallway glances, and dangerously flirty email threads, messages. Enemies to lovers in paranormal romance. Enemies with fangs, wings, or kingdoms to burn. From vampire hunters to rival fake kingdoms, the stakes are cosmic level. Paranormal enemies to lovers hits different because it's more than emotional, it's species level forbidden love. Every single one of these tropes brings its own flavor of angst, tension, and a glorious moment where hate turns to love, and I am here for all of them. Of course, no episode would be complete without some of my favorite recs. So here are my favorite enemies to lover reads. This book, I am forever obsessed with this book. You need Judge Bennett in your life. He is everything. He is hotness overloaded. So Ellie is the daughter of the head housekeeper at Judge's house, and being back for her break decides to help her mom in housework for some extra cash. But she's shocked to see how much Judge still detests. All she's ever wanted was for Judge to look at her the way she's always wanted him to. But what she instead has gotten from his is dislike and not wanting her presence at all. I tell you, the push and pull and the chemistry and the angsty parts are so freaking good. I mean, they are freaking amazing. And I certainly might have been irked at their arguments and stupidity at times. But oh man, I couldn't keep this book down for even a minute. This chemistry, it is sizzling. I couldn't get enough of them, that's for sure. My favorite book. Another of my favorite, read this, read this, read this. I am screaming here right now, wanting a husband like Valentino Baron because he truly deserves the Husband of the Year award. Francesca hates that she is to be married off to Don Baron as she loves another man, but her family has already arranged her marriage, and as they are also in dire need of protection, she can't really back off from this marriage. But after the marriage, Francesca hates how her body burns with desire for this man who's supposed to be so ruthless. We see Francesca doing her best to irk Valentino and doesn't even let him near her. But what truly shocked me was the man that is Valentino Baron himself. Valentino Baron is a man of honor and loyalty, and his word is his bond. He is the head of the family and a very dangerous and extremely powerful man who's called the Silent Knight for a reason, as he unalives people who have wronged him so quietly and without an ounce of emotion. But when it comes to Francesca, Valentino is such a heart-melting, sweetest, most considerate, kindest and loving man. The patience that man has truly astounded me, as he took Francesca's childish attitude at times and other times even her rash whims totally calmly, and he always did his best to show his devotion to her. The way he calls Francesca Mio Piccolo Perla, and also the way he ordered everyone to address her only as Signora Baron. Oh my, I was a freaking melted mess. This book is such an amazing rom-com. We have Eliza and Harrison, the posh city bachelor who swaggers enough to make you crave him, not even taking in the fact that he can make girls crazy over him with just a smile. He knows how girls want him and he's unapologetic about it. Lisa is trying to land investment deals for her family's farm slash luxury resort. Her brother Jackson is counting on her and it's their family's legacy. She also is very brilliant about all the farm knowledge and agricultural background. The only thing she's lacking? Some top class mannerisms that are so called needed to impress the men in suits to get a business deal for her family. I kid you not, that first meet cute of theirs, so cute and had me smiling, especially when they meet the second time and Harrison has no idea that the gorgeous redhead he had stumbled upon is the same woman who is his friend's sister. I was cracking up with their banter because it was freaking lit. Seriously, I was laughing and at times giggling with the way these two love to exchange verbal power. Each of these books brings something different to the trope and they'll have you grinning, gasping and staying up way too late into the night reading them. Conclusion. So if you have ever found yourself wondering why you can't get enough of lovers who start off ready to kill each other, now you know. It's not just the spice, it's not just the drama, it's the feeling of love breaking through walls, emotional, mental, magical or otherwise. It's proof that connection can bloom even in the most unexpected places, and sometimes that's exactly the comfort we need. We read enemies to lovers because deep down we believe love can soften sharp edges, that there's beauty in being proven wrong about someone else or about ourselves. Also, it's just fun as heck to watch people who hate each other make out in chapter 27 or so much. Enemies to lovers, along with being total fun, also gives us messy, imperfect characters who fight their way toward love, sometimes literally. And maybe that's why it hits so hard, because deep down we all want someone who chooses us despite the fight, or maybe because of it. So what's the diagnosis? We are not toxic besties. We are just readers with excellent taste, whether it's fangs, power suits, or small town grudges. We all secretly love a little hate before the happily ever after. Alright, my book babes, let me know in the comments what's your favorite enemies to lovers book, and do you prefer playful rivals or full on I could energy? Thank you for hanging out with me today. It was so much fun diving into the enemies to lovers mindset. If you're guilty of loving dark, messy, emotional chaos between fictional people, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your bookish BFF, and subscribe so the next episode hits you fresh off the shelf. I'll see you in the next chapter. Bye!